How to deal with transphobic parents. First of all, a parent should love their child basically no matter what. I know what it's like to love as a parent. I know what it's like to treasure someone more than your own life. I know what it's like to unconditionally love someone. And I say this because I have known people or know people who could stab me in my chest and I would say I love you before I die. Like, that's just how it is, right? And considering this fact, I think it's amazing that there are parents out there who can't even handle their kids dressing differently than they appreciate. Like, I had a father, I still have a father, but we don't talk much, who just did not like me at all, did not like me having long hair. And he tried to get me to cut my hair one day at the barber. He kept saying, cut it this short. And I kept telling the barber, no, I want it to stay long. And he kept saying, no, this isn't okay. You need to cut your hair. And I was just thinking, you don't love me, dude. You love the idea of what you thought a son would be. You don't love me, though. Because if you loved me, you'd be like, cool, you want long hair, you want short hair, etc. It's fine. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people in LGBT are super depressed. And there's a good reason for that. Me and my dad not accepting me for my hair length was traumatic for me. I'm pretty sure I cried over it. Okay, it was a huge deal to me. I can't even imagine how hard it would be if I was someone who identified as boy or girl who was not born that way, who was not born biologically that way. So when dealing with transphobic parents, I want you to understand that your parents don't love you. Not at all. They don't. They love themselves and they love the idea of you. They love the idea of you being a carbon copy. Okay? So I want you to understand that while this is really harsh and it's really intense for me to say, I believe it 100%. Because I, as a person who understands what it's like to be a parent, would never, ever reject a child like that. I would never tell them that they were lesser. I would never act like I shouldn't be someone who accepts them. I shouldn't be proud of them. I shouldn't be loving of them. I would never suggest that because that is who I am. I am a person who looks at a child who belongs to me and says, you could be a mass murderer and I would still love you. And you may think that's crazy, but that's what parenting is. Okay? Being a parent means trying not to let your kid become a mass murderer, trying to guide them, say, hey, don't hit Gloria, be nice to Gloria. It's mean to hurt her. You wouldn't like being hit, right? And that's how you deal with it, right? But if they wind up being a killer and you've done everything you can to help them, then that's just who they are. And you accept them, You're like, okay, you're a killer. I'll visit you in your prison on a regular basis. It's just it. You can't control your love, okay? And so when your parents kick you out or they say they're a kid anymore, etc., over something as small as this, even if a healthy parent wouldn't love their murderous kid, even if, they're still going to love their kid if they're trans. It's like a ridiculous idea that you wouldn't love someone because of their gender identity. So, your parents love themselves. They love what they wish you were, but they don't love you. So my suggestion is, hang in there for as long as you can. Try to coexist with them so you can be on your own, live on your own. And just take what they do and say with a grain of salt because they're intolerant, they're phobic, and they do not truly care about you. What you should do is find people who really do care about you because there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of wonderful people who could potentially be a life partner to you or a lifelong friend to you who will love you for you and won't judge you. Just because you share blood with someone doesn't mean they're going to be perfect, and it doesn't mean that they should be in your life for certain. I have people who are my blood who are predators, okay? And I have cut them out of my life. So if I can do that, if I am a person who's speaking as a parent and someone who's speaking as someone who has had family members who are monsters, through my experience, I hope that you could learn that there is hope. There is people out there who will consider you valid because you are valid. And you don't deserve the treatment of these people who clearly don't love you and only love themselves. And I know this is a tough video. This is really hard to take because a lot of people just heard, oh my God, my mom, my dad doesn't really love me because all they do is talk about what they wish I was, which isn't you. You're not what your parents wish you were, okay? You will never likely be what your parents wish you were. So just let it go and be you. And if they don't love you for you, they don't love you. Like, that's it. And they probably don't deserve all this time, energy, and pain trying to get these people to love you when they never will. I'm sorry, but you deserve better. Bye.